Hi everyone! Today I'm going to do my June garden update and a cute little DIY wind chime for your outdoor patio.
Hi, this is Lisa Marie. Welcome to my channel, Living My Best Life. I make all kinds of videos having to do with how to live your best life, things that make me happy, and maybe some of them will help you too.
I thought I would give you guys monthly updates on my garden situation. My flowers are looking beautiful, which is very cool. And I've got a little flag now that says welcome, of course, so people feel welcome. Aren't those colors amazing? Just gorgeous. And we put that fence up, which is really nice. And I got these roses that my husband gave me last year, and they have come back to life, and they're so pretty. My herbs, oh, they're so big. I'm going to have to cut them and dry them because I cannot use them fast enough. So I'm going to have to dry them and put them in little containers. They are huge. That's cilantro right there. Who uses that much cilantro at home? Oh my gosh. And there's my lavender, which I just love. Oh, they're so pretty. I haven't replanted them yet. I've just been so busy, but they're doing well, so that's the important thing. I will put them in a prettier container than the one that I got at the store. Now my little tomato station, oh, it's sad, but first, my strawberries are actually starting to come in. They're just little teeny tiny, trying to focus in on it, and I'll show you in just a second. But there they are. Oh my gosh, how exciting is that? So it's just a matter of time. Now about the tomato plants. Literally, they're not growing. I don't know what the deal is. I've got to figure it out. Same with my mustard greens. Look at that. They've been in there for as long as everything else. They're just pathetic. Dan, if you're listening, help me. I'm not really sure what to do. I may have to start over on that one. And of course, I just had to throw in the beautiful scenery in the backyard because I do love it so much. And it's just so relaxing. Just looking around and see all kinds of wildlife and different things out here. It's kind of cool. The other morning my husband saw a family of raccoons. Now I didn't see them, I wish I had, but I've got a little frog out there. And so here we are with my peppers. They're doing amazing, and my basil. And there, look at that pepper. It's just really starting to grow. I've got a couple of them now. And haven't used my basil yet. But I'm going to need to do that too because there's quite a bit. And then look at all that, the leaves, and just they're so cute when they're little like that. They look like little miniature peppers. Look at that one. I feel like I should name them. I know you're not supposed to name things you eat, but you know, that's just how I am. Now I'm having a little bit of squash issues and cucumber. Nothing is happening there. The plants are doing well, but no sign of the vegetables. But my banana peppers are definitely coming in. My husband got me this cute little succulent for our anniversary, and so I've been trying to keep that alive. Those are a little trickier. I have a water meter, and that has been my lifesaver. Without that, I would have probably killed everything by now. So I'm really grateful that I found out about getting a water meter. The mint, the chocolate mint, is just growing like crazy, and it smells so good. Now there's another problem area. My spinach isn't doing anything, and then those are tomatoes over on the right, and they're not really doing much. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong. The ferns are doing well. They're hard to kill though. I mean, literally you water them every other day and that's it. My kale and my romaine lettuce, it's purple kale, are doing fantastic. I have harvested them several times and we've eaten them, and I'm super happy about that. And they just look so pretty, don't they? And I started some green onions from onions that I had bought at the store. And after the filming of this, I have since replanted them outside. And there's some carrots I started. They're actually about twice as big now, and I do need to plant those outside as well. And we'll check in on the garden again in July. And next, I'm just going to do a fun little DIY wind chime. This would even be appropriate to do with your kids. It's that kind of simple. And I want to thank the YouTube channel Chalk It Up Fancy for this idea because I saw it on their channel. I will have their link in the description. And by the way, they did such a better job at this than I did. And all you need are 3 different size cans, a little Mod Podge and some chalk paint, and some napkins or something to decoupage, and then the wind chime mechanism, which I got at Dollar Tree for $1. So it was a very inexpensive project. So first I washed my cans and I removed the labels, and I just sanded off any excess glue that was left over from the labels so that the cans were nice and smooth. And I used some of the white chalk paint. This is my folk art chalk paint that I had. So I went ahead and did all 3 of those. And then I opened up my napkins and made sure they were single ply. If they were double, you would need to remove the backing. And I started planning out how I was going to do it, because I was using fruit. I have lemon, watermelon, and lime. I picked these because I wanted them to be bright colors, and I just love bright colors outside. I think it's so pretty and it makes me happy. So now I'm just positioning them with the decoupage technique using Mod Podge onto the cans in a way that I thought would look best. And I'll be honest, there were probably other ways I could have done this, and I just chose to cut them into kind of wedges. And I definitely used a very generous amount of the Mod Podge because I really wanted to make sure it would stick, and I wanted to make sure that every single area was covered as I was going through this. I had forgotten when I did the first one about this one technique that the people at Chalk It Up Fancy use, which is to get a piece of saran wrap to smooth over the paper or napkin or whatever you're using. So you can see I remembered it when I got to the second one, and so I'm using it, and it sure does work easier. You don't get your fingers as sticky, and it just gives you something to hold on to push down and make sure there's no air bubbles, and I'm sure there were still some, but at least I minimized, the amount of air bubbles that I was dealing with. One thing that I accidentally deleted was showing you how I made the holes in the top of the cans. I just took a nail and a hammer and I centered it, and I just hammered right through. And that's all it took to get the 3 holes that I needed, 1 in the top of each can. And after I did all 3 cans, then I waited for that to dry, and then I added some of the polyurethane quick dry finish, because it's going to be outside, and although it's going to be under a patio, it could still get wet. The next thing I did was to take off the hanger piece from the little wind chime that I got at Dollar Tree. And I did not know where my husband's pliers were, so I used some old scissors. And I got that apart. It was actually very easy to do. And then I have some twine, and I'm also going to use some of the wood beads that I ordered off of Amazon in order to create a way for this to all hang. They're going to sit inside of each other. So the first thing I'm doing actually was attaching the hanger, which I did, and I pulled out a pretty long piece of twine so I'd have plenty to work with. And so I went through the larger can first. And then when I go down through the second one, what I need to do is have a bead between the large one and the second one. And I'm going to go through that bead twice, and then I'm going to adjust it, and it's going to be like a little stopgap to ensure that the second can hangs exactly where I want it. And then I'm going to end up doing the exact same thing with the third can. So if you just watch what I'm doing, by going through the bead twice and then adjusting it, and you'll see me sticking my hand in and out of the cans just to get it to the right spot, which is what's happening right now. It takes a little bit of adjusting, but once you do that, then you definitely got it. And when you get everything set, then you can put another bead on and go through it twice again to hold it in place, and then you can add the little wind chime piece to the very bottom. And I had some excess twine. I did hot glue everything together, and then I took my scissors and tightened everything back up again, the metal. And then I wrapped the little bit of excess twine that I had around just to cover up some of the metal, and I will use the hot glue gun to attach that, which you will see in just a moment. And that's it. It's just that simple. I think the only complicated part is just getting it aligned with the cans inside of each other. The other thing is, I made it kind of fun and whimsy. You could have made a more serious one like they did on Chalk It Up Fancy with a cute saying on it. So it could be a little bit nicer than this, or it could be real casual like the one I made. And there it is, hanging up outside by my ferns. I hope this inspires you to create something of your own. Snappin', a compliment meaning you look really well put together. So now you know, and you can be part of the conversation. See you next time. Bye.